session's been checkered flag, so it'll get quiet for us. I'd like to invite Victor Laloux, our motorsport manager for BMW North America, to come up here. Because we have something to unveil, don't we?
I think we do, yeah. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, it's exciting because it's not every day you get to unveil a new GT3 spec car. At the end of the day, even though the specifications have been out there for a little while, it's only the third generation BMW GT3 spec. So it comes to replace the BMW M6 GT3. It's had a fairly long and illustrious career, lots of wins, continues to win, leading currently the IMSA Championship in GTD class. So large boots to fill, but also a lot of lessons learned in the past 6 years to put into this new car that I think we should take a look at, the BMW M4 GT3. That is due to make its competition debut around the world and here in North America in January of 2022.
At the Rolex 24 in Daytona, correct?
For instance.
For instance. Okay, so this is the North American premiere of the car. It's been shown in Europe a couple of places, done some testing in Europe, but this is the first time we're going to get to see it in North America. And I'd like to invite Bill Oberlin, wherever he is, to come on up and help Victor take the cover off for us. I'd like to invite Jan Hartmann to come up here from BMW M Motorsport, tell us a few technical details about the car.
Yeah, so thank you, Tom, thank you, Victor, for having me here. I'm happy to present some technical details of the car. Let's start with the inner values, with the engine, for example. It's the R6 from the M4, from the street car. Main unit. It's modified about the periphery to adapt it to the regulations, and we developed it in horsepowers a little bit more than the old M6 has had. So this gives a little margin for the BOP.
So roughly how much horsepower?
590 horse.
Okay. So inline 6, 505 horse max, and then it can be BOP down from there, presumably.
For sure it will, but we give the authorities the margin.
Excellent. Any other good points?
Yeah, I think we should also talk about the gearbox. We took the basics of this gearbox from the known M8 GTLM. It's an X-Track gearbox, so it's for handling and for reliability a big step forward. And we should also say a word about the systems world.
But before we leave transmission, just for people who don't understand race cars, so this transmission is a transaxle at the back of the car, right?
Absolutely. It's in the back of the car, so this means the gearbox and the rear axle, the differential, is in one box on the rear axle.
And we do that for weight distribution?
It's for weight distribution, to have it mainly a good balanced car. And also, coming back to the engine, it's 40 kilo lighter than the M6 engine, so this gives also the possibility to balance the car pretty much neutral.
So tell us about the electronics.
The electronic world has changed completely. It's a new system. It's completely from Bosch hardware. This means a motorsport ECU.
That was Bosch, right? Not that other brand?
No, not that.
Okay, I thought I heard something else, but Bosch. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
With a B. Yeah.
With a B in front. And also the display is the so-called DDU10, is the latest development from Bosch. So this has an effect on programming it. So the BMW Motorsport software engineers put a lot of software knowledge into it, and this means this car can be run and adapted to a racetrack from system side just without the laptop. So just the mechanic can sit inside the driver and you can do all your fire up and whatever you have to do on the car.
Through the steering wheel and the display.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And complete new traction control is in it, so it's also in 12 steps. to be adapted. This was always the wish from the drivers, and yeah, this is mainly the thing in the systems world. It's an easier life. You can also download data just with a USB stick.
Thank you, Jan. I'm going to ask Victor a couple more questions. So Victor, where are we going to see this, and what's your prognosis for the upcoming season with this car?
I'll refrain from a prognosis for fear of appearing arrogant or, on the contrary, not optimistic enough. But plenty of reason to believe in the success of this car. As we mentioned before, it's built per GT3 regulation, so it is essentially a global spec car. It can be used around the world, and that means here in North America we can expect to see it in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, both in the GTD class as it exists today and in the new GTD Pro class that will start next year, more or less replacing the current GTLM class. But it also be eligible for the SRO Fanatec GT World Challenge America series. So we're going to have a chance to see the car both in a sprint and an endurance format in North America.
Speaking of Fanatec, I saw the steering wheel in the car is a Fanatec steering wheel.
Yeah, correct. It's been developed with Fanatec, and as a matter of fact, you can plug it into a racing simulator and using both in the real car as well as on your sim rig.
Perfect. So let me pass it over to Bill here to say a couple words. What do you think, Bill?
It looks amazing. Aside from it looking already fast, just sitting here, I spoke to all my teammates that did all the development work in Europe, and they said this is by far the best GT car they've ever driven. So, that being said, these guys are very qualified guys. I cannot wait to get my hands on that steering wheel. I'm ready to go, like right now.
Right now? Yeah,
right now. Let's fire this
I
thing
think
up.
Jan would not let us fire it up, though. But I'd like to invite our other two BMW Motorsport drivers to come up and have a look, and we'll be around to answer questions and take photos. Thank you for all joining with us, and the car will be here the rest of the day today. It will move to Legends of the Autobahn tomorrow, and it will be back here on Sunday. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
Over there.
Yesterday was the first time driving it.